Let's go. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being here with me today. I am super excited. We have people joining in. When y'all join in, so your sound is echoing. You know what? Let me take this out. Sound like my little device. Okay, I'm just going to take. Oh, does this sound better before I get started?
Your sound is my sound echoing or Monique's?
It might be my microphone, so I took it out. So hopefully that's better. Don't wait.
So you don't have the sound on another device, do you? It's good on. Okay, she said it's good on my end. Okay, great. Can you turn the music down?
I can. Give me 1 second. I know my family can be a little loud, so I want to try to drown them out. I'm echoing still.
Probably because they have it on in the house, and it might be too close to where we are.
That's probably what it is, because I took out the microphone. Yes. Hello. Thank you all for joining. Does it sound echoing? Okay, she said I'm good now. All right.
Okay, well, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much. How we ended up here. I go live every day. I'm Jerusha. I'm a business coach and speaker, and I've actually been a business coach for almost 20 years. And my background is radio and television. I worked as an on-air personality, then went into television. My degrees are in communications and public relations. So loved the industry, hated the hours, and that was the only reason I looked at a home-based business. The first person who spoke to me about a home-based business, I said yes for time freedom. And so that was all offline. And so I was able to build that business successfully with my full-time job. My son was a toddler, and I started that side hustle. Eventually, I laid them off and then built my empire. So what happened during 2020, when the pandemic happened, since I was offline, I had an office offline, networking offline. And then the pandemic shut everything down, which made everybody go online. So I got online and just like everybody else, 2021, 2022. And then I started building my online presence. And so I still obviously teach people how to build their businesses. And I teach actionable business skills, tools, hacks, strategies, marketing. And I go live when I'm walking in the mornings. And so I just, I'm walking and talking. So this 20 years of experience and knowledge, I say, well, let me share it. My hope is to shorten somebody else's learning curve. And I had a goal that morning. And I said, if you guys help us get to this goal, I think it was, I don't know what it was, whatever the goal was, then I'm going to have each person, I will interview you. I will come on your live and I will interview you if we hit this goal. And so everybody started, chiming in, and we hit the goal. And Miss Monique contacted me and said, okay, I'm ready for my interview. I said, okay, let's go. And so one thing about my organization, my business is called Pretty People Incorporated. And what that means is I'm going to crown my kings and queens over here. I'm going to celebrate you, collaborate, make those connections so we can make that money, honey, so we can do it together. So we're talking being pretty on the inside. And so this isn't a way for me to give and to showcase everything you're doing and answer questions about how we can scale your business using social media. So we have some questions and we want to tell a little bit about you as well. So yes, if you are joining us for the very first time, let us know in the chat. This is Miss Monique's live, but I have an opportunity to interview her. So I'm super excited. So I want to say thank you so much for chiming in that morning and us having this opportunity to get more in depth about what you're doing and your mission.
Absolutely. I'm so glad I was on that live too, because I know we're going to get into it. But one of the things that I was thinking about that morning was, like which strategy I would need to take so that I can get more attraction in what I'm doing, because I absolutely love it. I love encouraging. I love empower women. Area of. All right, let's go. Thank y'all so much. Especially in the area of self-discovery, and then popping your live, of course, on that bubbly and just dropping the gems and was helping you get to your goal. I think it was like 50,000 likes or something like that. I'll tap, 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 give us some hearts. And even Joe Goldie was like, everybody that's working right now, we're doing a lot of interviews. So here we are.
Yes.
Here we are. Inviting everybody to come join. I am so grateful for y'all to be here today. And let's get into it.
Okay. So if you guys don't know, Miss Monique, she shared with me she's a self-discovery coach. I'm also streaming on my YouTube channel, and her business is Total Women Coaching. And so I want to ask you a few questions, because what does that look like? You know, what does self-discovery look like? I know you had the video to go viral, right? So if you guys haven't you haven't seen the video, it's pinned, Snatching Back Your Identity. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. And as women, we get lost sometimes. You know, we can be a lot of things to a lot of people. And, you know, we get lost in ourselves. And so tell me, I want to find out, I know you have a workbook for self-discovery to help people get back to themselves. But my question would be, for somebody like you, was there a personal turning point in your life when you realized you had lost yourself and needed to rediscover who you were?
There absolutely was. I feel like I had several turning points. So for myself, there are some women who had a life before they got married for kids, right? And they had dreams. And sometimes what happens is, as mothers and wives, we sacrifice those dreams, right? To put our family on the forefront. And then look up years later and we don't know who we are, we don't know what we like, we don't even know what we want to eat, right? And so that can be very daunting to a woman. That's overwhelming. That is, it can be very impressive. And so for me, for my personal situation, I didn't even get a chance to figure out who I was in the first place, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that I didn't know who I was until I started to get around other amazing women and get involved in church and like some different events. And I started to realize, oh my gosh, I'm trying to be this person and I'm comparing myself to this person. I'm jealous of that person. Well, who is Monique? And it caused a lot of issues in my marriage. It caused a lot of issues in my mothering until I had to go on my own personal metamorphosis. And when I decided to go on my own personal metamorphosis, that's why I began to learn the identity, my gifts, my talents, how amazing I am. Also understanding my strengths and my weaknesses. And I began to flourish from there in marriage and in motherhood. And so now my mission is to bring women that are in that space into a space where they feel confident, where they feel fulfilled, where they feel purpose and alive again. And so that's what self-discovery is all about. It's about an adventure. And if women are feeling that way, then you know this is an invitation. But it is so hard. I'm telling you, it is so hard on this journey. I've been on this journey for over 10 years. Because I started a nonprofit over 10 years ago. This same mission of bridging the gap between us as women, helping us understand our worth and our values, working in the community. And it is a challenge to get women outside of their comfort zone into something that is new, into something that is powerful and empowering.
It is.
But I'm not gonna stop because I know what it is. It's a mental mindset, it's a conditioning. And I'm on here today and I'm sharing my story. I'm on here sharing all my business. In order to, right, find that one somebody that's like, I am ready to change my life. I am ready to live my life to its full potential. And you can be married with kids and live the life of your dreams too. You can be the woman of your dreams.
You can.
But it's not easy.
It's not. I teach this in my course. My course is called the 3-Day Ride. And I've trained people, you know, over the years. And I say, for most people, I have to say, you can have an and life, not an or life. Most people think they got to have an or life. I want to be successful CEO in corporate America, or I want to be a great mom. I want to be, you know, a good wife, and I'm like, no, you can have it all. You can be the CEO of your own business, and you can build, you know, a great marriage, familyhood. You can raise your children, and you can do all these things. And so, thank you so much. Look, so you don't have to choose an and life or life. We need to have an and life. So I totally agree with that. And like you said, women are afraid to get outside of their comfort zone. Well, anytime something is unfamiliar, people kind of pull back. Okay, because they don't know what's going to happen. Either way, it requires faith. And so either way, oh, look at you. So either way, it's going to require your faith, because you don't know what's going to happen. And so people stop themselves. You're the problem, you're the solution. And I think what you're doing, trying to reach those people and say, hey, I've been there. I have a workbook to help you get through it. I know what that looks like. It was my real life until I rediscovered myself. It's kind of like being in business. Women are afraid to really invest in themselves and start their own businesses, or partner with people and start a business. It's the same thing, because they don't know who they are yet.
Or they don't even, like, if I could just touch your heart, and speak a word over your life. You are so amazingly powerful. We have so much gems and power in our hands to change everything about our life. If I can go from someone who was homeless, raised by a mother that was schizophrenic, we lived a nomad homeless lifestyle from the time I was 5 years old until high school. I didn't have any of the love and affection, the mothering, the fathering that I needed to be the woman that I am today. And I like to tell women, just remind them that you don't have to be. We don't all have that same story. You don't have to have a sob story to be successful. But I want you to know that if you do have a story that began like that, with a lot of pain, and a lot of struggle, and a lot of chaos, that you can literally change your life. But you have to do the work. And so you had mentioned, just talking about, having a program. It's like I created this book. It's called It's Easy. And I've been promoting it as much as I can on this app. And it is giving women a bite-sized piece into self-discovery. Just 30 minutes a day. And I'm always reminding them, like, you have 30 minutes, you absolutely. We serve everybody from the morning to the night, from Monday to Sunday, day after day. Giving up our time, our sleep, sacrificing everything for everybody else. We are so conditioned to put ourselves on the back burner that we don't even have the energy to give ourselves 30 minutes.
Right.
If you would just give yourself 30 minutes. God said, create something that is bite-sized for them, right? To ease them into what is possible.
Right.
7 days, 30 minutes a day into becoming the woman of your dreams. And as you take this bite-sized piece, I am literally showing you have a blueprint. And a lot of us didn't have a blueprint. I ain't got no blueprint.
You ain't have no blueprint.
My mama wasn't there, my daddy wasn't there, right? We have that story. Okay, cool. But now what?
Right. Now what? That's correct.
Now what we doing with this time that we have left?
Correct.
I was reading something not long ago that says average lifespan is about 80 years old. How many summers do you have left to keep whining about time and woe is me? It's like I'm not a person that is not empathetic or not compassionate. I am. That's the foundation of who I am. But at the same time, it's like we don't have time.
You don't. Yeah. I tell people all the time, tomorrow is today. Tomorrow is today. Let's go.
It's like, how long are we going to wait until we get started? And that's just an investment into your future, into your life purpose, into fulfillment, so that you can live days on earth in happiness and in bliss. And you are worth that. And just reminding them that you are worth it. But you have to do the work. We have to do such unlearning,
right,
and healing. But you can start with just 30 minutes a day.
That's right. You can start learning today. Someone said we are technically middle-aged.
Technically middle-aged.
You're right.
We are technically middle-aged. So it's like, so how long are we going to wait until we start living?
You kind of answered my next question. It says, can you share how your own journey has influenced the mission behind its blossoming season? So you kind of shared some of that. Is there anything you want to elaborate on what you just said to tie into that?
Everything in the book is what I did to become the woman of my dreams. Now, everything is working on my mind, changing my mindset about how I think about myself. From a person who was jealous of everybody because of my life. A person who was broken and just a broken hot mess, if you will, and trying to find love in all the wrong places. A person who was toxic in her marriage. A person who was toxic in her mothering. I was that person. I know when I tell people that, I'm like, oh my God, no, not you. You know why? Because of the work.
Right. I worked on myself.
Love that I began to start pouring into myself. But it didn't all begin that way. I had so many amazing women like yourself that would come across my path. And a lot of times we're looking for this love from my mothers, and they don't have it to give.
Right.
But God will send people along your journey to bless you, guide you, right? And because I was such a people pleaser and I wanted to be accepted, we moved a lot. So I had this, I want to be accepted, I want to belong issue. It would hurt so bad when people would leave until I finally learned that people come into your life for a reason.
That's right. That's right.
You know, and they were just on their mission, just dropping gems and nuggets. And so because I was so thirsty for the why in my life, how in my life, I was just eating it up.
That's interesting that you said that.
Taking what did, right? And becoming the woman, the wife, and start, learning on my own. But everything that's in the book, working on your mind, 10 minutes, that's reading, that's journaling, that is putting something in you, taking something else out, creating new habits that's going to serve the woman that I desire to be. Working on my mind, I've been exercising. There's a video that's also in my feed, this typo. I started doing typo before my daughter, my kids were born.
Okay.
I've been working out for a long time too. That actually kind of birthed from military, but just kept that same habit of like working on myself. And let me tell you something, little age ladies. Y'all better start working out.
That's right. That's right. These bones start hurting after a while.
So mind, body, spirit.
Right, right.
I'm showing you the blueprint on how to do that. There's journaling prompts in there as well to begin your blooming season. Because we're blooming in every single season. And it doesn't have to be hard. And I'm just so grateful that I had the opportunity to create something so beautiful. And I wish I brought it up now. It's so visually beautiful too. The hues of purples and different colors that tantalize the vision.
Right.
So you just, engulfed and engaged in something that's beautiful. And all of it was created with you in mind. So it's just a beautiful piece of work. And not only that, it's transformation. It's transformation in a book.
That's right, right. That's really what it's all about, because self-awareness is one of the only things that don't progress with maturity. You said because it has to be manually learned. Yes. And people are not self-aware. And so your book of discovery and transformation is something that everybody needs, not just women, but women need it a lot because we take on so many roles. So let me ask you this. I know you mentioned we met through social media and you're trying to market your brand. You're trying to market what you're doing to serve, women that are in need. One of my questions is, because I teach people how to build their businesses online and I teach sales and marketing. So you expressed giving up and starting next year. And I want to know, why did you feel it was necessary to stop and wait 5 months if you know your tool can help people now?
So there was a few things that happened. There were some life changes that happened. I myself feel like I started experiencing menopause. So that was going through menopause, and it started to take a toll. Right, I thought I had it under control, and I didn't. And so I had to recalibrate myself, regulate my hormones. Another thing happened. There was a breakup that happened in my life at the same time, and that took a toll as well. And in reference, that was personally. The third thing personally too was my daughter. My last child was graduating, and I felt like I was doing a lot of business things, and I wasn't balancing things properly. I was like, you know what, this is the last one, and it's my last child. Let me pipe down a little bit so I can give my attention to her while she's leaving soon, to go off to college. So that was the three things personally. Business wise, I feel like I was targeting the wrong audience because I was on Facebook for years. And when I decided to launch my business and, put it out on Facebook, it wasn't taking off at all. So I feel like it was the wrong audience. So then I finally come over here on TikTok and I'm like, okay, the following is building up, I'm getting more engagement, and then that was getting ready to change. So that's the reason why I decided to kind of take a break. I was going 2 years on Facebook and it just wasn't taking off. I had a few clients here and there. I had several people take the workshops and buy the books, but people were buying the books to support me, but not actually doing the books. I mean, I love that too. Yes, I love the support, but I want to see the transformation.
Correct.
So those are the different things on why I was like, what, let me just stop for a moment, get myself together, mind, body, and spirit. Because I can't be out here trying to lead somebody else's mind, body, and spirit if I'm not together, mind, body, and spirit. And so that was one thing when the whole menopause just kind of went crazy. I don't know who experienced menopause.
Yes, perimenopause. Yes, it's a real thing. Yes, it's a real thing. Yes, perimenopause. So this is, well, let me help you out for a second here. A couple things. That's why I asked you that question. My son is a rising senior, so I actually understand. We have more in common than you think. And I'm like you, this is my last one. I have a little anxiety about it. I'm excited for him, but I'm sad at the same time. So I actually understand that. Perimenopause, all the things. However, when it comes to your business, you don't want to stop. Okay. You always want to keep going, even if it's at turtle speed. And so even though, things feel overwhelming or okay, I'm not getting anywhere, stopping won't help it on January 1. So nothing's going to change. So what we have to do is change the way you're looking at it. So we really just want to change the way that you're looking at. January 1 is actually tomorrow. It's all in your mind sight. Okay. So, right. So the calendar doesn't change your emotions. The calendar doesn't change the activity you need to do. The calendar doesn't change the courses or the mentorship that you need. Okay. That starts in the mind. So your attitude has to be like, you know what? My January 1 starts tomorrow. People think at the top of the year, something shifts, but nothing actually happened. Just the calendar changed. They didn't change. So what I would say is after, working with so many people over the years is you decide, okay, I can decide to lose weight while I'm eating chips. You don't have to be all perfect to help someone. Actually, people like it when you're going through it with them. You're just a small amount ahead of them. And because you've gone through this for 10 years, right, even though you're at a hiccup point, which you feel that you are, doesn't mean you can't help the person you used to be.
I believe that.
Okay. So that means you can't stop. There's a woman looking right now for you, but she couldn't find you, especially if you stop. So my suggestion in being on social media and being, able to teach other people sales and marketing, I am an online sales and marketing coach, is I don't know how you're marketing, because most people market to sell. They don't market to be social. Most people are not on, they don't understand that if I sell a cell phone, all of my content doesn't have to be salesy, but it does have to be beneficial. And so if I can educate people, which you can do with your service, I have a service-based business, you have a service-based business. How I serve people, I give. I deposit into social media before I get a withdrawal. And so the depositing led me to you, right? The depositing led me to all the other people that I've connected with. My 45,000 over here, 100,000 on Reels, is because I'm giving things that I know people need. And so even though obviously I have a course and a program people can purchase, I want to make sure those basic things are shared because I want you to win. So through your experience, you want to be able to market by saying to people, hey, if you are feeling this, a woman over 40, and you're feeling this way, these are some breathing techniques you can do. Or you can say, hey, if you're a woman over 40 going through menopause, and experiencing life, these are some things, that I teach in my self-discovery workbook. You want to give people a reason to follow. Most people don't give people a reason to follow. When you're entertaining, I'm not a comedian. Okay. So the people that entertain, you follow them because they make you laugh. The people that cook, you follow them because they got great recipes. The people that tell story time and gossip, you follow them because they're funny or they have a different take or perspective than you. So then I would have to ask you, Monique, what are you giving for them to want to follow? What are you depositing? That's marketing.
Asking me a rhetorical question to think about, or you want me to answer it?
You can answer it. It was rhetorical, but go ahead.
So on here now, I feel like I am finding my mojo, if you will, right? With the videos that I'm sharing now. Actually, I was talking to my kids earlier. I was like, I need to do like a little poll to see, like maybe reach out to a couple people to see what are they getting from my videos. But I am sharing my testimony on the things that I have overcome. And then I'm giving people advice on what they can do if they're experiencing these things. So I feel like based on what you're saying, that I am doing that. And that's the reason why the following, like I'm getting like a lot of followers every single day. The video, the Snatchback, that one is almost at 100.
Yeah, I saw it. 9. Yeah, it's almost.
It's like still rolling. Like women are still responding on that particular video. So it's like, okay, I found my people. I found my people.
So what you want to do is, like you said.
I'm sorry, say it again.
No, what you want to do is piggyback on that video. Like all your videos should be piggybacking on that video.
Well, not every single video, but a lot of my videos, I'll mention that, like, with the snack. I even did a video on what that means. Like, this is everything that you've been through, what you lost. And this motion right here, this is the action. This is the action right here. I just snatching it back and me getting back to everything, right? And becoming a woman of our dreams. So I have been using that too. And just continuing on the journey of sharing. And at the end, I started to mention my book at the end of the video. So I came to experience this and you're ready to jumpstart your self-discovery. This is, my book. This is, 30 minutes a day, just whatever, at the end. So I feel like I'm doing that.
But let me ask you this. Obviously I have my course that helps people with their sales and marketing and get sales. If you got 92,000 people, you got 92,000 opportunities or 100,000, whatever the number is, to meet them. So it's not just they saw the video. Have you gone and met the people? Because if they liked it,
because you said that I needed to go in and DM the people and just say, so I'm not really sure what to say. So I'll go and like, hey, thank you for coming on the video. Thank you for your engagement. I might ask them where they're from, to kind of start some dialogue and then go from there.
Well, you want to ask a question that leads to your offer, but that's all. That's a whole training on that. But yes, you definitely want to go through the 90-some thousand people because your people are sitting right there. Your orders, everything is sitting in the 100,000 people. You just got to build a rapport. There are only two ways to make money on social media. Your content brings in cash or your conversations bring in cash. There's no other way unless you're battling people. You're not people battle. But in terms of, and you're not in control of the battle. What you are in control of is the content you create and the conversations you start. So I'm a big believer in start the conversations with the people that actually came to you. When they liked it, they commented, they shared it, what they could relate to it. Those are your people. So you got work to do. I actually give what to say, like in my 3-day ride. And even when I'm walking, I'll share with people, ask a question that leads back to your offer. It's not just, hey, how you doing? Because that could sound kind of spammy because people are like, who is this? But you got to reference, hey, you liked my video, snatch your, what is it? Yes, you can. Oh, I got to do the hand. Okay, snatch your identity back. Hey, you commented on my video, snatch your identity back. Have you been able to snatch yours? You got to ask a question because saying, hey, how you doing? Where you from is not leading to the offer. Because to me, it just sounds like, girl, what you want. So that doesn't do anything. So the fact that you reference, hey, I saw you liked my video. What is it? Snatch your identity back. You want to say that to her. Yes, thank you so much. I went to your page or whatever. Have you been able to snatch your identity back? Or are you on the journey to snatch your identity back? Whatever question you want to say, that way the person says no. When the person says no, you get to say you want to. because I've been able to do that over the last 10 years. And the person says yes, then you're able to send her your personal website, your landing page, whatever you're offering, so she can see how can I snatch it back. You see what I'm saying? That's how that works. Huh?
So this video, I made that video back in like June.
It doesn't matter. The people are still there. You said they're still commenting. I had a video I made last year and people still commenting. So anybody that comes into my space, I don't look at the time. I'm able to reference, and even whether they remember or not, that ain't important, because they're going to be like, oh, I must have. Because I comment on so many videos, I wouldn't know if somebody said, yeah. I'm assuming that I did if you said I did. The other thing I would want to know is, what are some of your social media challenges that you feel has hindered you? Because I haven't audited the page or anything, but how many times are you posting? Because you said, Facebook wasn't working. Again, how many times were you marketing? Most people are posting and not marketing. Those are not the same.
Okay.
A post is, hey, look at me.
What I could have been doing on Facebook is posting.
Yeah.
But also too, on Facebook, the majority of the audience on there is classmates, old church members.
But you can change it though, right?
So it's like, I don't feel like my audience is on Facebook.
Okay. I'm gonna have to disagree because okay.
Because that was because I'm like, the people already know me, they've been seeing me.
Okay, so your page is public, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So there's 4.8 billion people who use social media every day. It's impossible for them not to be on there. Okay. Right. What happens is you've accepted the friends, the church members, the sorors, the book club members, whoever. Those are the ones who see you, because those are the ones who interact with your content. Okay. So what you have to do is you got to go meet the other people. So you have to actively go meet people, just like on TikTok. You got to actively go meet people, just like on Instagram. You got to actively go meet people. So if you're not loving on people's pages so they can come back to your page and start following you, you are going to have the same people that you're friends with. It doesn't mean the audience who would purchase isn't there. It's impossible based on numbers. And so it's mainly what people don't realize. It's a two-way street. You want people to see your stuff, you got to go meet the people. You want people to, see your content or purchase, you got to go meet the people. And it's an open book, because guess what? I can see everybody's page. It's open to the book. I can go and see everybody's page. I can go love on your page. I can go comment in your DMs. I can do the work myself. And that's kind of what I teach in the 3-day ride, is go do the work, because the algorithm will shift when you start interacting with new people. Then new people will see your content. Then you'll have new clients, new connections. That's why I call people new customers. But if we're not doing it, we're just posting, then nothing's going to happen. Make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. So that's what I would say for sure is Instagram works the same. YouTube works the same. It's building the community. And most people think it's not. On every platform, if you build the community and start the relationship building the rapport, you can offer anybody anything. If someone comes in my live more than 10, 20, 30 minutes, I'm going to build my relationship outside of what TikTok's going to do. If somebody comments, I'm going to go build my own relationship. I don't need to wait for TikTok for me to go to your page and say, hey, are you leveraging and monetizing social media yet? You say, no. Do you want to? It's easy. Okay, this is what I do. I help people actually make money using the app. Is that something you're open to? Yes. Okay, great. This is what it looks like. I'm going to get my own sale. Do people go ahead and click my link? Yes. Do hundreds and thousands like I would want? No. So, but I can talk to hundreds and thousands myself, because I can see everybody's name. I could go to everybody's page. You see the difference?
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't be waiting to sell the workbook. on to see who goes to the link in the bio, the stand store, the beacon. You go build your relationships and offer your thing, and the people will come.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it. So yeah, so that's my time. I'm so glad we got an opportunity to chat. Yeah, to ask you questions about what you want to do. I'm streaming on YouTube, all my YouTubers. Let me just say, Monique's mission is to inspire women to live courageously and authentically, right? Which is similar to my mission, because I share and I empower women to be their better selves, to really live up to their full potential, because my potential takes off running in front of me every single morning. And so most people that I find that are connected to me, they want to help. Hey, Miss Jam Good is in the building. They want to help a lot of people too. And so you have that as well, that you are attracting people who want your service. They like to help people. And so you're going to be able to do greater things. All you have to do is market. You didn't answer that question. How many times do you post a day?
So one to three times.
Okay. Is this full time or just part time?
What's the difference?
It is social media, building your business, a full time career, or is it part time?
It's part time.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, so I would say definitely more than one. So if I was training you in my course, I would say definitely more than one post a day. I'm not seeing anyone say one will get you there, right? The exposure. And because I worked in radio and television, when I put on a Chick-fil-A commercial, we air that same commercial 10, 15, 20 times a day. And that's $1 billion company and they're doing it. But the difference is they're paying to do it. Here it's free to do it. So I would say what you probably want to do is you want to post more than once. I always, obviously I'm posting a little bit more, but one definitely can't get the exposure that you're looking for. So
it depends on, like, if I have my content, kind of batch it a little bit, then I would have, like, stuff in my draft that's kind of ready to go. So on those days, it's like 3 times a day. But if I don't have, like, something already kind of like in my drafts, and kind of batch some content, and I'm like, okay, I just need to get something out there today. And those are my one of days. But usually I try to do 2 or 3 times a day.
Okay, so you sound like you need my power hour strategy because you're struggling with time. So that 1 power hour strategy can help you, because that way you could do 3-4 pieces of content in 15 minutes. And so then that way you always have content to put out. And that power hour strategy helps you with that.
7-15-second videos.
7, 10, 15. 7, 10, or 15. And you can do that in less than 15 minutes. So yeah, so you might want to look at that. So I certainly appreciate this time, Miss Monique, and getting to know your mission, your goal, your experiences, why you're where you are, and how you're so passionate about helping women snatch. I got it right. Look, snatch, helping women snatch. Yes. And so, is there anything else? Because I definitely, want people to follow you. Obviously, if you have questions, please make sure you DM Miss Monique. But I'm so glad I offered this challenge.
I actually meant to mention, I don't know if the ladies, I don't know if I can see people online or not, but I created a freebie. So what I did was I took day 1 and made it a freebie so they can get a sample of what the blooming experience would be like if they decided to take the full 7 days. At least like just try it and see. So I actually meant to mention that earlier, but I'll be marketing that this week, or even the rest of the month. I'll market it for the rest of the month.
Oh yeah, you got to market it and market it and market it and market it. This ongoing. It's just ongoing. So yeah, so that's a great idea. I tell people all the time, if you have a little nugget you can share with people, just give it to them, share it with them, and it just leads them to your next offer.
Yes, it absolutely does.
Yeah, you're doing it right.
Looking forward to it, and just continue to show up. I am actually loving it over here on TikTok better than
Facebook
and Instagram. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would say it's more lively over here. But that's also the energy is different over here. It's not that the orders aren't here or the people don't want to buy. It's just the energy on TikTok. Everything's video. And see, on Facebook, it's still pictures, posters. It's still like, behind a little bit in terms of video. But I put out all videos on mine in my lives on my Facebook. It's actually my bigger account. Reels is my bigger account. Yeah, because I started over there.
Like whatever you post over here on TikTok, you just post it on your other platforms.
I do. Because that's what I do when I worked in television. I put Chick-fil-A on ABC, NBC, CNN, Headline News. I put them on all, correct? So the same thing with my content. I put it on all of my platforms, my YouTube channel, the same piece of content.
Yeah. I've been, so that's what I've been doing. Instead of putting it on Facebook and Instagram, I've been doing YouTube and TikTok.
So you don't want Facebook money and Instagram money?
I do. I'm gonna start. I'm listening to you. I got the notes. I'm gonna start posting back over there.
Because it wasn't like it's a new piece of content. It's the same.
It's the same thing. You're right.
Yeah. All right. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I did that challenge. And it was just, it came to me in that moment. I was like, this is a good idea. I should say it. And I'm glad you took me up on it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. Enjoy your night.
We'll be in touch.
All right.
Good
Thanks.
night.
Good night.
Good night, ladies.
Now, okay. Now I don't know how to get my own self off. Oh. All right, YouTube. Did you hear that beautiful interview? All right.